was almost.
But when you started it being your dream job, how long have you thought about having this job?
Well, you know, I think when we came down and played in Rupp in '92, I believe it was at that point I said, this is crazy. This is the best of the best. But all along when I was growing up in the '70s playing basketball with Joe B. Hall coaching that team, my favorite player was always Kyle Macy. I wanted to be Kyle Macy. I cut my hair like him. I tried to shoot like him. I was in a college game playing at Clarion, and someone yelled, Kyle Macy. I was so happy I couldn't even play the rest of the game. So, you know, I followed Kentucky, but until '91 when we walked in that gym and saw Rupp Arena with 25,000 people, you're like, this is nuts. And I knew what a great program it is. What it gives you an opportunity to do is recruit the best of the best. That's what it does, anywhere in the country. By doing that, then it gives you an opportunity to win national titles. Because it's
Cal,
about
let me ask you,
the players.
Excuse me, speaking of the recruits, you had an amazing recruiting class coming in. Are any of these recruits coming with you to Kentucky?
I'm hoping all the players that signed at the University of Memphis will go there. But I don't know. My plan is not to have them come with us, but they're going to be released if they ask, I imagine. But that's not my hope. What I hope is they get a coach in here who the kids are comfortable with, because when I had my meeting with the team, before I went to the press conference, I had individual meetings and a team meeting collectively with the team. Some guys, you're leaving, what's this? I'll stay, see who the coach is. You're going to be one of the best players on this team. I went through it all with my own team to try to get those guys in order. So I think what happens, they're going to hire a great coach. I have all the confidence in the world that they'll do that. Then that coach, just like I'm having to re-recruit, will re-recruit.
What about the guys that you're inheriting, Patrick Patterson, Jody Meeks? Have you had conversations with them, and have they given you any indication whether or not they're going to stay?
You know what? We had one team meeting, and I haven't spoken to people individually. I've talked to Jody and Patrick on the phone a little bit. I talked to parents. I've talked to the recruits that they've signed. Went and saw Daniel Orton and his family. But you know, it's the same thing. If any of the players want to be released or go elsewhere, I understand. I'm dealing with it on this side. So, you know, what I'm hoping is they look at me and say, this is the guy. This is the guy that can help me reach my dreams. I'm going to practice with my team tonight in Lexington. So tonight I'll fly back to Lexington. We're going to have a practice. And hopefully we're all going to get to know each other and get a little more comfortable with each other.
You know, Cal, you made the point at the press conference, I am not an emperor. I am not the savior. Of course, they will look to you to be an emperor and a savior. And it's not a matter of if you win a championship, but rather how many you win. You know what you're getting into. How do you feel about those expectations?
Well, the biggest thing I can tell you is no one will put more pressure on me than I'll put on myself, from the expectations of being higher. You go to Kentucky to coach because you want to build the elite program that every young player in this country says, that's the coach, that's the school, that is the style of play. They play for national titles every year. They're on CBS more than any team in the country. They're on ESPN the rest of their games. They play one of the best schedules in the country. I'm going to go against everybody. They're in a great league. That's how this thing gets going, and that's my vision. Now, does it translate into immediate success or national championships right away? No. But it puts you in a position when you have that vision of where you want this thing to go.
It is go time. John Calipari joining us. Cal, thank you very much. Always good to have you on the show. Look forward to doing it again soon.
Thanks, Romy.
Thank you, John. Next up on